And Captain Fumblefingers just pushed the wrong button then.
That's the arm.
Right, so he beat
100 whales. Care to lose another 10 shillings?
Alright, so post a comment, someone. If you know a better way to do that, give us a hint. I haven't, I don't look anything up or anything like that. I like to try and figure these things out for myself. But if I've got any viewers out there by now and they want to let me know how it's done, post a comment. Be happy to hear from you. Alright.
I'm ready to try again.
So this time, I'm going to just skip
take
it.
all your money? No problem with that.
And yes, I really want to skip. There we go. We win. Much easier that way.
You were lucky. I wasn't focused. Let's go again.
Alright, he wants to have one more go. Yeah, I guess we could continue.
I'm ready to try again.
Fine. If you want me to take all your money, no problem with that.
Alright, I'll skip it again.
Well, good for you, I reckon. You're stronger than you look. Here's your 10 shillings.
I'd like to buy you a drink.
Good winner as well. That's good. Let's have a drink. You're a good type. Seems you've managed to settle down in life. You've got money, eh?
Not all that much.
Oh, well. At least you're not as poor as me.
Right, so now we're just going through the dialogue.
I'm a harpooner. But you see, the whalers are rare. They don't pay much. So, as a result, I find myself arm wrestling to pay for my drink.
A harpooner. Interesting. You've had a lot of adventures, I bet.
Of course. It's been a dozen years since I've sailed. I've seen everything. Old Wallace, damn Black Peter, Great Roger, we sailed to the Cape of Good Hope.
Black Peter, you say? I've heard rumours about that one.
He was the worst of them all. He was a liar, and violent too, swinging those fists of his around. He was a tyrant, and not much of a captain. At least, not as good as Great Roger.
I see. Yes. I was told terrible tales about Black Peter.
But you ain't heard the worst.
Tell me, and let's have another drink.
It was in 1883 that it happened. The August of that year. Peter Carey was captain of the Sea Unicorn, and I was a spare harpooner. We were coming out of the ice pack on our way home. One evening, we saw a little craft that had been blown north. There was only one man on her, and he wasn't a sailor. The crew must have thought that she'd foundered, and they made for the Norwegian coast in the dinghy. I guess they all drowned. We took the man on board.
And who was he?
I dunno. During the crossing, he and the skipper enjoyed some long talks. His baggage was just a tin box.
That's strange enough.
Aye. Even stranger was that on the second night, he disappeared. Nobody knew what happened to him. And of course, nobody could ask Black Peter about it.
You know what happened, don't you?
I do. I saw the skipper tie his heels and push him over the rail in the middle of my watch on that dark night. 2 days before we sighted the Shetland lights.
Black Peter's a murderer.
Aye. Those that know him wouldn't be surprised to hear it. But all this must stay between us. All right?
Of course.
Alright, and now we've got our probably our final opportunity for a character portrait in case 1. So press X. You'll see on the right there we've got a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things that we need to tick off. So first one being the earring just here. Okay, head across. And something on the sleeve there, cheap clothes. And what do we got? His forearm. Strong hands, apparently. Okay, keep moving. Oh, and you can see, just missed it, a tattoo there on his other forearm. And something to do with his hands. Yellow nails. Character portrait complete. Alright, and now our only option is to plant the pouch.
Back in a second. I'm off to the Aussie.
I'll be here with my drink.
So apparently we want to walk around behind him. And then we can plant the pouch in his jacket pocket. So drag it down into the pocket.
There it is.
Done. And now we're back from the toilet, or the bathroom, sorry. And we'll talk to Cans again. Press tobacco.
Have you got any tobacco? I've run out of mine.
Nah, I lost my pouch. I don't know where. Wait a minute. What's this?
Oh, is this your tobacco pouch?
Clever, huh?
Oh, it is.
Well, I have to go now. I know a captain who's planning an expedition to Cape Cod. Captain Ahab's his name. He commanded the Pequod. He might need good harpooners. I'll tell him about you.
Maybe. If you like, aye.
I'm done here. It's time to leave.
Okay, and now we have enough information for another deduction. This time we can link Cairns' pouch to Cairns himself, obviously. Easiest one we've done. Alright. And we'll just have a look at that one. Pouch proves visit or pouch proves guilt. Now, before we do that, believe it or not, we are actually ready to follow through all of our conclusions. Now, I need to remind you of an achievement that we need to keep in mind as we're going through the game, and that is the achievement for a complex mind. And it means we have to reach all possible conclusions in the game. And that actually includes the incorrect ones. I may have briefly mentioned this before. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go through all the incorrect conclusions and tick them off before we go to the correct conclusion and finish the case. So the incorrect conclusions that we need to come to is that Naligan is guilty, or the second one is Hurtley is guilty, and the third one is that there may have been 2 murderers. So in order to do that, we go right back to the start. So for Naligan is guilty, I'll go through what we need, and if we need to change them, we'll change them on the way. We need stolen valuable papers, and then we need retrieving the notebook. So that's in here, I believe. Yep, so we need to click retrieving the notebook. Then we need Naligan's motive, because we want to put him down as guilty. That opens up this one, but we'll just make sure that we've got harmless flirting. So in here we need harmless flirting. Next one we need is unexplained presence. So we've got that. And the next one we need is Hurtley's innocence, because obviously if we're going to have Naligan as the guilty. All right, and we need lucky throw. So here, instead of feat of strength, lucky throw. Pouch proves visit, so that'll be in here. Okay, so pouch proves visit. Okay, so we've got Naligan is guilty, so let's click on that. Okay, and at this page, we can choose to either condemn Naligan or absolve Naligan. And because of another achievement coming up later on that we need to talk about, we actually need to make sure we condemn everybody. There is an achievement that we need to get in this case. There is one case-specific achievement for each case. And the one in this is going to be, it's going to give away a bit of a spoiler for this case. So if you want to just find out more, just fast forward until you can't see this screen anymore. But at the end of this case, we have to beat Cairns in a fight. And to do that, we have to make the decision to condemn him in our correct decision. So, and then that leads to another achievement where we need to either condemn every person or absolve every person. So because we have to condemn Cairns, we are going to condemn all the guilty parties. But for now, we're just going to condemn Nelligan and see what happens. Do we want to confirm our moral choice? Yes, we do.
The case is solved. I am now ready to present the guilty party.
So tell me, who killed Black Peter?
It was John Nelligan, Inspector.
I thought as much, but I failed to see his motive.
Revenge, Inspector. Black Peter possessed the bond certificates that had belonged to Nelligan's father, and young Nelligan wished to retrieve them.
Well then, I'll arrest this Nelligan. I don't fancy his chances of getting out of prison after this.
I will accompany you, Inspector. You are guilty of the murder of Black Peter. Confess now, and your punishment may be more merciful.
No! I didn't kill him!
Your motive? The valuable securities that Peter Carey stole from your father. Carey refused to return the bond certificates, and then he threatened you. You were afraid, and in your panic, you took the harpoon and made your lucky throw.
But that's not true!
It's not true.
You're a liar, Mr. Nelligan. It's all over now.
The case is resolved, Inspector. I shall return to Baker Street.
Very well, Mr. Holmes. Goodbye for now.
Okay, and this is the page that we get to where we know we've got it wrong and we get the chance to go back. Alright, so we're going to choose another ending. So X. Alright, and so we go back into deductions, and this time we want to choose Hartley is guilty. So the required stuff for that. So we've got stolen valuable papers, looking for papers instead of retrieving the notebook. So we're going to change that. And we need Nelligan's innocence. There we go, because he can't be guilty if Hartley is. And then we need to change this to desperate jealousy. So just make the choices that I'm making and it'll lead us to where we are. Unexplained presence we've already got. And then we've got Hartley's motive, so change that. And we're going to need lucky throw again, which we've already got. And there we go. Hartley is guilty. So let's watch this one and condemn him as well. Confirm moral choice, yes.
The case is solved. I am now ready to present the guilty party.
So tell me, who killed Black Peter?
It was Liam Hartley.
That doesn't surprise me. I've never seen a guiltier-looking fellow.
He was in love with Judith Carey. It caused a conflict that proved fatal for her husband.
I see. Come on now, let us confront him.
Liam Hartley, you are formally accused of the murder of Peter Carey. We are aware that you were in love with Carey's wife. He was a violent and irascible man. He needed to be eliminated. You had no qualms.
But that's absurd. I'm innocent.
Well, we caught you, lad.
The case is resolved, Inspector. I shall return to Baker Street.
Very well, Mr. Holmes. Goodbye for now.
Alright, so here we are again, and we know that that was the incorrect conclusion, so we're going to choose another ending. Okay, so now we have our third and final incorrect conclusion that we need to get to, and that is to pick 2 murderers. So we need stolen valuable papers, we need retrieving the notebook, so I think that one's in here. Yeah, okay. Nelligan's motive we need. Alright. Then we need harmless flirting. Unexplained presence, we've still got that. Then we need Hurtley's innocence. So change that one back. We need lucky throw, which we've got as well. And then we need pouch proves visit. So we've got that. Yeah. Then we need... He's also got... Yeah, so we need stolen valuable papers. Since we need desperate jealousy, I might have mixed up my notes here. So let's try that. We'll make it Hurtley and Nelligan. Let's try that. Desperate jealousy. Yeah, so just bear with me. Unexplained presence we've got. Let's make it Hurtley's motive, I believe. And instead of lucky throw, it's a feat of strength, but they're doing it together. Let's try that. Alright, what's that give us? A new option. Possible conspiracy. They might be working together. And there we go. 2 murderers. Okay, so just follow that through. And we have to choose which one. Who was the initiator? Really doesn't matter because this is just part of us getting the wrong conclusion. So we're going to go with... Yeah, we'll go with X. We'll go with Hurtley. Confirm.
The case is solved. I am now ready to present the guilty party.
So tell me, who killed Black Peter?
There are 2 culprits, Inspector, Nelligan and Hurtley.
What? Well, I would never have guessed, Mr. Holmes. They are a rotten pair, though.
It was a combination of 2 motives, culminating in one crime.
What were their motives?
The first was revenge. Black Peter possessed the bond certificates that had belonged to Nelligan's father, and young Nelligan wished to retrieve them.
And the second?
The second was a crime of passion. Liam Hurtley was in love with Black Peter's wife, and this caused a conflict between him and Carrie.
Well, well, well. Makes sense, Mr. Holmes.
I suggest that you organize a small confrontation between the 2, just to confirm my accusations.
That's a good idea, Mr. Holmes. I'll talk to these fellows. Join me in the interrogation room. Gentlemen, we know everything about your association to kill Black Peter. Admit that you planned it together.
Our association? I don't even know this man.
You needed to kill Peter Carey. There had to be 2 of you there.
Ridiculous. I'm innocent.
All that remains is to determine the level of guilt. Which one of you is the initiator in this case?
But I just told you I've never seen this man before.
It's him. He's the culprit. He was forcing me. He threatened me. He's the mastermind behind it all.
Shut up.
What a
You're
snake.
a lunatic.
Well, it all seems very clear, don't you think, Mr. Holmes?
Both are guilty, of course, but I believe that Hurtley was the initiator of the crime.
It's ridiculous. Why would I need the help of this weakling?
You wanted to be rid of the man who was terrorizing his wife, and who prevented the 2 of you from being together. Young Nelligan was just following his lead.
You are wrong. I have nothing whatsoever to do with this.
You'll explain that to the judge.
The case is resolved, Inspector. I shall return to Baker Street.
Very well, Mr. Holmes. Goodbye for now.
Alright, and now it's time for us to get the real ending of case 1. So let's choose another ending. Okay, Y again, back into here. Alright, so instead of retrieving the notebook, we'll put looking for papers. We're going to get rid of the motive. Nelligan's innocence. And instead of desperate jealousy, we need to put harmless flirting. Get rid of his motive. Now the main one that we need to change here is obviously that the pouch proves guilt. And that will give us Cairns is guilty, and that's what we've been looking for. And we need to condemn him. Yes, confirm our moral choice.
If you wouldn't mind, Mr. Holmes, could you explain it to me?
As I informed you on our way here, Patrick Cairns is the murderer of Black Peter.
Why bring me here? Wouldn't it be better if we were out looking for him?
That would be futile, as he will be with us in approximately 12 seconds.
Oh, well, if this is your idea of humour...
No, I just heard the front door. Prepare yourself.
Good day, gentlemen. A young lad gave me a note from Captain Ahab. Am I at the right address? Is he here?
Indeed, it is the correct address. But in place of your captain, may I present to you Inspector Lestrade of Scotland Yard?
That means...
It means, my friend, that you are arrested for the murder of Black Peter.
What? What? A trap? You think you can take me?
Here now. We'll have none of that.
And I say that we will.
Alright, just need to pause it there because I'm going to quickly explain. We've got an achievement to pick up here. And the achievement is called Bruiser, and we get that by beating Cairns in a fight, which is obviously about to happen. There'll be a quick time event, a QTE, in which we need to punch Cairns 4 times. The first 3 we need to move the cursor over his face and press A, and then the fourth one, we'll be pressing Y. So let's do it. Alright, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 more Y. There we go.
Lestrade, are you all right? Are you able to stand?
And there's our first achievement, Bruiser, for 30 Gamerscore.
Gore! He took me by surprise.
Love that noise, the rare ones.
Otherwise, he would have seen what I'm capable of. Oh.
Yes, he was lucky.
But you got him.
It was remarkably easy. He lost his balance after he struck you.
And you practice boxing, I know. You must have hit him hard. Our fellow is knocked out.
We should call for a police cab and then take you to the hospital.
Yes, well, no need for a hospital. I would prefer to keep this between us. You know.
Of course, Inspector. The case is closed.
Alright, so the fate of Black Peter. Peter Carey was murdered by Patrick Cairns, a professional harpooner, the only one capable of executing such an accurate throw. His tobacco pouch was found inside Carey's cabin. He is a cold-blooded murderer. You have decided to bring him to justice. Found 16 clues, Cairns is guilty, and we chose to condemn him. Alright, accept decision. And there's our second achievement. Aye aye, Captain, for 15 Gamerscore. Finish Black Peter case.
This trip to...
Alrighty, so Going to call that a video, obviously. That's the end of case 1, and we're about to start case 2. But for now, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope it helped. And if it did, please remember to give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button too. That would really help me out a lot. And I will catch you all next time.